you're sitting there talking to TJ, and then you get done. TJ's like, "Man, I wish you would have recorded that." And Daniel pulls like one of those little tiny like hand recorders out of his leg sock, and he's like, "Yeah." And TJ's like,
Hey, it's the VGBits BitCast. It is Sunday, February 28th, 18th. It's February.
"You're already trying to, already trying to get it further in the year." In January, you were saying it's July.
If it was February 28th, then we're rolling into March, the best month.
I think you're biased.
I am.
It's his birthday next month.
Not only is it my birthday, but
I'm biased too.
Yeah, he biased.
Is it? Yours is the 20th, isn't it?
No, his is the 10th.
His is the 10th. Yours is the 20th.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I get them mixed
right.
up.
We're biased by
There you go.
one
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
And Sea of Thieves is being released
That's
next month
huge.
too, so
Yeah.
it's all that. So anyway, it's Sunday. It's February 18th, 2018. I am your host, Daniel, and as always, I am joined by these two fine gentlemen. One in studio is TJ,
That's me.
and not so halfway across the world is Michael.
That's me.
I can get farther and farther away every time you're on the show.
Next time you will be interstellar guest star Michael.
Sweet.
I want to ride in your dope ass spaceship.
Fuck me. Speaking of spaceships, you just reminded me of some things to talk about later on when we get into talking about video games.
Okay. I like spaceships.
Me too.
Space is my thing.
And video games.
And video games, yeah.
We like talking about
Yeah,
it.
the video games are okay.
they're kind of the thing. They're kind of our bread and butter, kind of.
Yeah.
So. Well, guys, it's been a long week this week,
It is.
and we have lots of fun things to talk about in the news that has been going on, and what games we have been slamming away at, especially for the past week. So, why don't we go ahead and jump right into talking about video games and what we've been playing in this week of gaming. So, I'll tell you what, I'll kick it off this week. This week I had an opportunity to play more Sea of Thieves.
Awesome.
Now,
Because another beta started, right?
yes, another beta happened over the weekend. Now, granted, I only got to play about an hour worth of it because I had other things going on where I was out of town for most of the day yesterday, but they're getting there. Unlike last time when the beta where basically nothing was really working, this time they incorporated a lot more into it. You can see the substructures of the programming coming in where they have select your pirate now was available. So I could actually choose a pirate from a group of 5 pirates that you could refresh. So they randomly generate pirates. You have 5 of them, and it's a mixture. There's of male and female that just kind of go around. You look like you're inside the hull of a ship, and there's a mast that's running through the middle of the ship. And you basically hold your A or D to swirl around. You spin around, you look, hit a button, it'll refresh it. Now, one of the really cool things that's neat about it is when you hit the refresh button for generating more pirates, you can continue to hold that rotate button around. And so you're rotating, and then the pirates are kind of turning into a green mist and disappearing, and then forming back in another green mist and coming back in. So
That's cool.
it was a nice little touch that they've added in.
Yeah.
To just let it continue.
Little things.
Yeah, it's just a eeny thing, but nonetheless, it was really pretty. So
Question.
Mhm.
During the hour that you played,
Yes.
did you run into anybody?
Nobody.
Damn.
I think mainly the issue that I'm running into is because I'm setting sail by myself. So I think they may be kind of pairing solo players with solo players.
Maybe some matchmaking going on there.
Yeah, it's 100% matchmaking, but at least this point in time, they let you they've changed the way you selected how you go out to sea. Previously, you had 3 options where you can go big crew, 4 people, 2 people, 1 person, and 3 big buttons on the screen. Now that you can choose, you can choose a galleon, the big ass ship, or the small sloop ship. and then you choose which one you want. So you can go, I want to play Galleon, or I want to be the sloop. And then it'll let you pick how many players you want to have at that point. It'll let you pick 4, 2, or 1. So I can see now that they're revamping it as they've been working on it. So
That's good.
it's getting a little bit better. The interactions with the NPCs are now in the game. Now, from what I could tell or what I can understand, and I hope it's not going to be this way, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be this way, but they had minimal character interaction. Now the actual NPC will kind of interact with your character instead of just being straight stuck in their own little idle animation loops. So they'll actually look at you while you're talking to them, but it's still on a very basic level. They had kind of Arial font text on all your selections instead of any stylized fonts for the game. But you could actually choose different options when you talk to them. Like you could talk to the barkeep now and say, hey, what's been going on? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what's the grog like?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. So those interactions in there. Other NPCs are in there, and now the stores look like they're functioning properly, except for the fact that the gold accrual was bugged, and I could not accrue any gold when I was playing, so I couldn't buy anything.
That sucks.
But I could still do the missions. So I selected a sloop solo, and I said I'm going to go do the beginning mission again, which is what I did last time. Is you go pick up a chest from a small island, come back. It says it's about half a day, and it's truly about half a day game time wise.
Yeah.
Which 30 minutes, I would say. Maybe 20, somewhere in there for a time frame. Sailed to the island, found the chest, killed the skeletons. Skeletons now, they kind of looks like they kind of ramped up some of the difficulty on them. Some of them have guns now.
Oh, good.
And they were taking pot shots at me because I was having an issue when I picked up the chest and I got back onto the ship. I killed everybody and they respawned again, like as expected. And one of them had a gun and was shooting me. So I was running around on the ship because they still haven't kind of shown, hey, here's really all the controls, the kind of the walkthrough of here's how you do things. So I was stuck holding the chest. They changed the way the button interactions a little bit for how to drop the chest. So I'm sitting there running around like, how do I drop the chest? How do I drop the chest? It's like, oh shit, I'm stuck with the chest. I can't get rid of the chest. And then I've got a skeleton shooting at me in my ship. So I'm like running around going, ow, ow. I'm like, God damn it, drop the chest. X, by the way, will drop the chest. Just so you know on your keyboard. X will drop the chest now.
That's funny.
Dropped the chest to set sail, went back, turned it in, didn't get any gold. They removed the first chest had the grog, the chest of 1,000 grogs. It's changed that to just a basic chest now. They changed the ships down. Before and earlier in the beta, you got a kind of a decent ship. Now you got the piece of shit ship.
Mm-hmm.
So they're instituting the levels of starting equipment now.
Yeah.
So it's looking really good. I'm excited, and I think the last 30 days when they incorporate all of the polish that they have been preparing, I think it's going to be really good.
Very cool.
I wish I could have had an opportunity to do ship-to-ship combat.
Yeah.
This is one thing, like Michael had asked, I didn't get the opportunity to do. So maybe when it comes out, can jolly the Rogers and fire all cannons.
Scrub the poop deck.
It's looking really, really good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, and I really can't wait for it to get fully flushed out.
Yeah. Very cool.
Other games that I played. I actually played a lot of games this time. So
Awesome.
I am super.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really proud of myself. I went and tried games this week. I also played World of Final Fantasy finally. I cracked the seal on that and installed it and played it. I like it. I like the game. I think it's going to be really fun to play. There's just a couple of things that have really kind of twerked me a little bit. One of the things, and this is super early on, so this is no spoiler related crap. This is more along the lines of how they presented the game. The animations and the voice acting, little bit stretching there. Like in some of the intro of the game where you are presented with a situation. I'll keep it as vague as possible. You're presented with a situation and your character freaks the ever-living fuck out. But it's not a big thing. And all the animations are just way over the top, arm flailing and and screaming. So I don't know. But the rest of the game is fine. You have your traditional Final Fantasy-esque battle system, and you pair with a creature to give you kind of bonuses. They call it stacking.
Okay.
In a stack, you can stack a large character, a medium character, and a small character. And you have the ability to actually shrink your character from a large character to a small character when you are running around in... there's like a zone that was created for you, and then the rest of the world and the rest of the game.
Right.
So you change your size by I think it was L1 square and L1 circle to change the size of your character and your partner character. So you can stack them up to get bonuses. When you stack a character up, you can gain their HP and some abilities that they have, or you can unstack and then let it roam. It's interesting. It's an odd way to do it, but I think it'll be okay once you get used to it.
Yeah.
They have they have a kind of a, it's still Final Fantasy, so it's turn-based on your attacks, but you have a option to use the kind of like a introductory or their default way of menu structure for, attack, defend, items, and shit like that. They have a little radial wheel with 4 buttons, so you can circles attack or triangle is menu and stuff like that. Or you can do basically a la Final Fantasy VII menu structure where it breaks it down into a large menu structure, which is what I prefer, but it doesn't stay that way.
Oh, really?
Each battle, you have to change it every
that sucks.
freaking time. And it's annoying as hell.
They're like, love our new menu. Hate everything that you love.
Yeah, it really. But see, that's the thing is some of the stuff that, like, if you want to get to items or some of the stuff like that, you have to switch to the old menu to be able to use it.
That sucks.
You can't use it in the new menu.
That's dumb.
They even tell you that in the game. I'm like, wait, what?
Dang.
I was like, what the hell's the point of the first menu then?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Is there a way in the options to like turn it off?
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the damn L1 button every time we start a battle because I want the classic menu.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So
I've been wanting to give it a try too, so
I think it'll, once you just get used to some of that, I think it'll be just fine. The story kind of seems interesting, and it seems like it'll be another good Final Fantasy adventure. So I'm not gonna let it color my opinion so far, but boy howdy, the animations have just really put me off on that. And the voice acting. I almost want to shut off the if even I can. I don't even know if I can shut the American voice actors off and go back to Japanese.
Yeah.
And just let it be Japanese with subtitle text because, woof.
Yeah.
It's way too much for me.
Yeah. I think they've seen like shows that are popular like Teen Titans Go. And they're just like, yes, let's do that. Let's emulate this shitty style of entertaining people, which is popular on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
At the time World of Final Fantasy come out, that was like a popular. They're like, that's kids love this overacting shit.
Not me.
Yeah, we're not kids.
That's true. We're adults.
Like sensible reactions to.
we're adults.
This is unrealistic. You be sensible when that monster comes out. You're
Yeah.
a warrior.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
Yeah.
Bottle that shit up. Cry about it later.
Let's see. What else have I played? Oh, I finally broke down and played Doomsday Deponia. This is the 4th installment of the Deponia series from Daedalic Software. First 3 games that Daedalic has put out, which was Deponia, Chaos on Deponia, and Goodbye Deponia. All 3 of those games, awesome. I mean, the writing was great. It's a point-and-click adventure game.
Right.
So, of course, I have a bias of enjoying this already. Story was fantastic. I won't spoil the story for the 3rd one, but something happens to your character. Surprise. At the end of the 3rd one. At that time, there was a very large fan outcry at how the game ended. A lot of people didn't like how it ended. I saw it and I said, really? That's how you're going to end it? Okay.
Yeah.
And I just went about my business. The 4th series that came out, Doomsday Deponia, they have implemented, let's see, how can I, okay. Don't read into this. They implemented time travel, okay?
Oh, God.
Yeah. But it's more situational time travel. I'm about a third of the way through the game right now. But what they've done is you can run through, like, just like in any adventure game or point and click adventure game, you have a section that you're doing something to complete. You got to put all the cogs in one thing just to get to the next section of the game, okay?
Yeah.
So in that section, you have an option to where you can do a bunch of stuff, and then if you need to, reset time. And then you can go back to the very beginning from when all of this started, and then do it all over again if you screwed up. I'm kind of tired of the whole time travel stuff. I mean, the puzzles in the game are good. Don't get me wrong. I like the puzzles in the game. It's still funny. It's still got the same voice actor. Actually, they changed one of the voice actors in the game, which kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
But from between the first game to when the 4th game come out, this character, it's Rufus's ex-girlfriend in the first game.
Yeah.
Her voice actor changed from 1 to 4, and I can see why, because she was really kind of a bit character in the game on the first one. She wasn't really there throughout the entire series. In the 4th one, she's there a little bit more because time travel.
Yeah.
So, that whole aspect, the whole time travel aspect, just kind of really ruins it for me. But I'm going to continue to play through. Comedy's still the same. It's just as good. Animations are still spot on. I really, really, really like their animation that they do. And the writing is still good. But it's just I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the, I'll go with this dumbed down way. The method of which they're executing this game is just doesn't resonate well with me.
Yeah.
But I'll finish it. Like I said, I'm a third of the way through. It won't be long. These games usually last about 8 hours, so.
Maybe it'll get better.
Not for the time travel aspect, no. It's pretty much kind of a
core element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a one-trick pony type thing.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the same. Do the things, oh, I got to do something different, go back in time. Do the things, oh, I got to do something different, go back in time. It's always going to be like that. And
Yeah.
Every situation you're going to be in, so. I would say if you've played 1 through 3, go ahead and check it out. It's worth it. If you have never played any of the Deponia series, go play 1 through 3, and then ask yourself if you really, really want to play 4 at that point in time. Because 1 through 3 really just kind of runs the whole saga of Rufus. Which, boy, that guy's a dick. He is such a dick, and it makes the game that much better.
Awesome.
So, outside of those 3, let's see what else. Oh, I went to try and play Guild Wars.
Oh, good.
You know, because that's the thing you do these days.
Yeah.
I went to try and recover my original Guild Wars account because I actually...
Guild Wars 1?
Guild Wars 1.
By the way, everyone, we played that, 10 years ago?
More, I think.
Yeah.
We played it a lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think-
I've got thousands of hours in Guild Wars.
I think this was 2004,
2004, 2005,
Yeah.
because that's about when City of Heroes came out.
Yeah,
is
so this is
2004.
13, 14 years ago.
Yeah. So you tried to recover your account?
I tried to recover my account. I got to the point, now the old website is down completely, so all the support's done through Guild Wars 2 support site.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
it'll let you reset your password if you know your character's name.
Oh, which I do, because that's fucking easy.
Yeah, well, for me, it's not so much. I don't remember any of my character's name on
really?
original Guild Wars at all. So, once I achieved that level of hurdle, I said, fuck it, I'm done. I uninstalled the game. And then I said, all right, I'll try Guild Wars 2. And I installed Guild Wars 2. And I ran through, because it's right now, it's free to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran through the introduction on it. I started it up. I created my character, made all my changes to the facial stuff. I was like, all right, yeah, this is going to be good. Really wanted to play Guild Wars 2. Here we go. Launch. Here we go. My character loads into the game. I take 5 steps, and 5 seconds in, I get a goddamn pop-up that says, you should buy the game.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, I just stopped at that point, and I was like, no, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. I'm out. I shut the game down and I installed it immediately.
Oh.
It said free to play. I was like,
Well, it is free to play, but here's what I think, because I'm just pulling this out of my ass right now. And this is if this is me and that's something I did, this is why I would do it. So you give the game away for free, but you have a ton of microtransactions, and that's going to be your bread and butter for any free to play game.
yeah,
I'll be right back, guys. I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay. But if you want to get people to, you have like me or you that's like, I don't really want to spend a ton of money on buying all this little shit. I'd rather just give you $50-$60 and just have everything.
Yeah.
So, maybe they're like, hey, if you're the guy we're looking for, buy our game. Now, what I would not do is right at the beginning. I would, let them do a mission. Let them get to a new town. Hey, if you're liking the game, you should buy it and unlock everything.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds in. It was just super annoying
Yeah.
to me. And at that point, I'm just like, peace. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't do this shit.
Yeah.
No.
Because what other game was? Is it it's Star Wars: The Old Republic. That's a free to play, but you can also pay like a subscription.
Yeah.
And you get a ton of shit.
Yeah.
Just already unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain games that do that, and that's fine. I have no issue with that. I just didn't want to be slapped in the face with "buy this game."
Yeah, that's too fast right away.
Yeah, way too fast. It's like I hadn't even had a chance to experience anything in it to realize if I want to spend the money.
Right? Yeah.
Nonetheless,
It still makes me want to go back and play Guild Wars.
I want to play the original Guild
Yeah,
Wars.
because it was so good.
I may go ahead and submit a ticket so I can go back and play.
That's what we should do. We'll have a whole series where we beat the Guild Wars campaign.
Oh, dude, man, that was such a good campaign.
It was good. Yeah, all 4 of them. They were very good.
Oh, I didn't play the other 3. I played the original Guild Wars campaign.
You didn't do the...
I didn't do Nightfall. I didn't do... Golly. All I can remember is Nightfall. And I think that was the 3rd one in the series.
yeah, it was like the last one.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm going to look this up.
Oh, there was 3. Yeah, there was the original, then the it's like an Asian-inspired, and then Nightfall. Why can I not remember that one?
I don't know.
That's how you leveled your character real fast. If you wanted a character to get level 20, like right away, you just go into the second campaign, do that, boom. Level 20 in like 2 hours.
You remember always trying to run to Draknar's Forge?
Yeah.
I never made it to Draknar's.
Really?
Yeah.
I started doing runs to Dragnar's.
Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. Prophecies.
Oh, yeah.
Factions.
Oh, factions, yeah.
Nightfall. And then apparently there was going to be a 4th that
really?
was called Utopia, but
Ooh.
it was canceled.
Oh.
Probably because they made Guild Wars.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah. They're like, why don't we take all these assets and stories and just put them in Guild Wars 2?
All right. So then, do we want to reinstall original Guild Wars and then contact? Well, I've got to contact support.
I probably have to also.
So
I'm pretty sure that the email I use isn't even attached to my account. I can't access that email anymore.
probably the same with me. But
Yeah.
I've been giving it a shot with my email that I had just to see if I get into it. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
I want to fire up the original Guild Wars just for the hell of it anyway.
Vegemite, you want to jump into Guild Wars with us?
Well, I just came back to suddenly like, hey, we're jumping into Guild Wars.
We're gonna run the whole campaign again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I could give it a try.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be fun to just play with like those guys going into fighting things and stuff. I didn't even know that the original Guild Wars like servers were still up and
Yeah,
running.
they were actually still doing well. Yeah, I mean the hubs. I think the hubs for all the character interactions are still. I think they're using the servers that Guild War 2 is based off of for that stuff. But all the campaigns and everything else is always instance based, so it's off of somebody in your group that's running.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's not really difficult for them. But
Yeah.
all right, so I'll go back in, I'll reinstall Guild Wars, and then we'll try to I'll try to contact support so if I can recover my account.
Yeah.
We'll give it a
I'll have
shot.
to
That's what we should stream, is trying to get our account information back.
Yeah, that'll be boring as hell. Send an email. All right, we're gonna wait 2 weeks now for support to get back to us. Okay, well, I guess that's kind of it for me. That's all I've been gaming wise, outside of like board games and stuff. Oh, I never told you how I accidentally encountered the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Michael, you made it back in time just for that.
Yay!
I went to a friend's house over the weekend to play board games, and we were playing a couple of board games. We played that's what she said. That's what she said. Card game, and then what is that card game? Meme. It's a meme game. What do you meme?
Oh yeah.
I played that, and during the time that we were playing those games, one of the people there, their son was watching videos, and they turned on the Emoji Movie. And because where I was sitting at the table and where the TV was, you couldn't help but sometimes go turn and look. So I watched like 40% of the Emoji Movie with like real no sound.
Did you enjoy it?
No. But it just kept grabbing my attention every time. Every 5 seconds, just sit there. I'm like, why is that emoji doing that? Oh, look, there's the poop emoji. Okay. Oh, hey, look, it's the death emoji. Yeah, okay.
Oh, look, they're playing Candy Crush.
Yeah. So that's how I ended up accidentally watching some of the emoji movie. Also, accidentally watching some of the Captain Underpants movie as well.
That's probably like 10 times better.
Actually, that Captain Underpants movie, I saw a little bit of it too because my kids wanted to see it.
Yeah.
It's not near as bad. The style is actually kind of silly compared to Emoji Movie.
It was kids causing mayhem, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So it's better than the Emoji Movie. I'll say that.
It's funny you bring up the Emoji Movie because I went to see my brother and my niece this weekend, or before I come home, and we were talking about Netflix shows, and they were going through, and it was like Emoji Movie you recently watched. I was like, oh, gross! You're making your kid watch that? And his girlfriend was like, I love that movie. I was like, that is literally the worst movie ever made. It's got the lowest score ever on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is nothing. it is nothing but an advertisement.
Yeah, it's just commercial.
Yeah, disguised as a movie for kids.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you playing there? Oh, this is Candy Crush, and this is how you play.
Yeah, no line. You got to line the thing. I was like, oh no,
That's bad.
it was bad. So that's been my weekend game. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, TJ. We'll save Michael for last. What do you play?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Okay.
I wouldn't know. First off, let me start off before I get honest. I'll be honest the entire time, but Pretty honest.
Okay.
You gonna tell
I'm
us a
gonna
story?
lie first.
Hold on one second. Let me tell you a story, and then we'll come back and actually tell you the truth.
No, so last week I talked about playing Night in the Woods.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
And I beat it.
Yeah.
Like after we talked about after the podcast was over, I was like, back to the game, and then I beat it like an hour later. I was like, shit. And I loved it. It's so good. Have you beat it yet?
I haven't beat it yet.
Oh, it's so good.
I gotta go back and finish it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it fucking, it's like it's a thriller movie.
Really?
But the pacing is so good because you're just going along and then whoa, and you're like, oh my God. And it's great. It's so good. I recommend it. Everyone should play it. Now, I know some people aren't going to like it because, first off, your main character is a dumbass. Just a shitty person as shitty person could be. But she's got some issues. There's some shit going on. So some of it's forgivable, and the character writing is good enough that they're still lovable, but kind of dumb. But it's
Crime.
It's so good. I love the game. I love the writing. The music is amazing. The sound. If you play this on the Switch and you're doing handheld, wear headphones because the sound is so good. I know there's no voice acting, so there's a lot of the time there's nothing to hear, but the little stuff sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the art style is really nice, and just everything about the game I enjoyed. It's a good game. Go buy it. Go play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, Michael, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing it?
Yeah, well, get it.
I'm sorry.
And then for the rest of the week, like I bought SteamWorld Dig because it was on sale.
Yeah.
Haven't touched it yet. And I was gonna play it throughout the week, but then I accidentally downloaded no, I didn't. It's been on my phone forever, and I forgot about it. It's a mobile game called Cats.
Cats?
I thought you were about to say I accidentally downloaded the Emoji Movie.
I accidentally watched.
But,
yeah.
But it's a mobile game called Cats. It's an acronym for Crash. What is it? Crash Action Turbo Stars. Crash Arena Turbo Stars.
Okay.
So basically, the whole game is you get little parts. So you get a body, and you create vehicles, and they do one-on-one combat with each other, just running into each other. And it's all automated. You don't do shit. Like you build it, you pick a vehicle style, then you put wheels on it, and there's a bunch of different wheels. There's different weapons, like there's a circular saw blade, there's drills, there's missile launchers, machine guns, all kinds of stuff. Then you go and then just fucking bump into each other until they blow each other up. And that's how you win. And I've been fucking addicted to this game all week. And here's the bad thing is it's free to play, so there's tons of microtransactions. You're going to run into walls where you're like, fuck, if I want to play this game at all, I have to spend money. Because, with any mobile game, they have time limits.
Yeah.
I didn't spend that much money. Calm
Oh,
down.
God, you spent money, though.
I have Google rewards, so I do a lot of opinion stuff, so
Yeah.
I have money in my Google account for that. That's why I do that.
Okay.
Okay. I was just like imagining TJ sitting here like, damn it. I gotta pull up my credit card.
Swipe.
But thank God you can't swipe a card through a phone.
You actually can't.
It's coming. It's coming.
Eventually, yeah. But
It'll be a Moto Mod add-on.
so eventually, you do well, and there's to get higher rank, you have to go through the championship, which is you versus 14 others. So you go in, and your one car has to defeat 14 other vehicles in one go to automatically advance to the next stage. If, say, you just get to number 1, but you can't defeat everyone all in one go, then you have to wait for the timer to go down, which is, I think, like a day and a half. So to get anywhere through this game, you have to beat everyone at once, go to the next championship, use whatever part you got in the higher level to make your car better or design a new vehicle, and defeat all them at once. So it's really good, and I like it a lot because it's a tactical thing. It's like, what's going to work best against these vehicles? Because you'll get different things. You get like a shovel that'll pick cars up and flip them over, or you'll get boosters that'll boost you across the map, and it's a tactical thing, and it's good. And I spent $10 on it.
Ooh.
It was it was in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was not worth it. Here's the thing, it's not worth it for any mobile game. Because at that level, like say you bump into a wall and it's like, oh, I can't defeat all these guys. Oh, well, I'll spend, $10 and get a couple crates of parts, and then you go in and you do good and you make it a couple more levels, and you're like, fuck, I hit another wall. You're just like, damn, this is how they got me. So every part you get, the higher level you get, those parts are gonna immediately become obsolete.
Yep.
So yeah, don't buy, don't spend money. It's a good game though. If you have patience and you can get to a point and you're like, all right, that's cool, done.
Grind it out.
Yeah, but I've been playing it all week.
I always considered those. I always considered those games just like the type of games for somebody who's like, I'm gonna. Oh well, I gotta wait. Oh well, and then they get on with like working or doing whatever they're doing for the rest of the day until that time limit goes by, and they're like, oh, I should probably check that and see if the timer's up. Hey.
Here's the thing, though.
Another timer. Let's go.
They can get you to come back to the game about every 2 hours. Because they give you crates that you can do quick fights, and you do 3 in a row, and you get a box. And it opens up in 2 hours. You sit there, you open it up, and you're like, cool, I'll come back later. And then it'll send you notifications. Turn off notifications on any game like this. They'll be like, hey, your crate's ready. Hey, your sponsor sent you some parts. Hey, this is here. Hey, come back.
I hate games that give notifications.
Yeah,
we saved your payment information and just took some from your bank account.
Oh, good.
You have parts ready. Come by. Come play.
Or you can unlock that crate now for 99 cents.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, like all the crates they give you, like they have like legendary crates and super crates that just randomly show up. No, you don't have to pay to unlock any of those, which is nice. So I mean, there's ways to get crates. You just have to be patient.
It's like everything else.
And if you're not patient, there's gems you can buy, tons of them, and they are not worth it.
No.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah, never give
money.
But
so that's what I played all week, and then because we didn't record yesterday, mostly my fault, but I also thought we weren't recording yesterday, so I didn't wake up in time. I played a lot of VR stuff yesterday.
Oh,
like 12 hours of VR.
I was gonna say, I saw you yesterday downstairs when I got back, and you were like, looked like you had just run a mile.
I look like shit.
You're rough.
But a friend of mine Friday was like, hey, if you're gonna be around tomorrow, we're doing VR stuff, and I was like, cool. I was like, I'm down, because like a couple more people are getting VR, so we're finally. There's people to play with in VR. I mean, I know we have them, but we never play with them.
Well, I mean, some of that is my fault. I just haven't, like, when you asked me about the Star Trek Bridge Crew thing, I hadn't bought it yet to participate. I just hadn't bought it yet.
Yeah.
I could have bought it, and then I could
have been our pilot.
Could have been the pilot. Could have been Ensign Daniel.
But
I'll be getting a VR set soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yep.
Fancy.
Ooh, which one are you gonna get?
I'm gonna go for the Oculus Rift.
Boo. Boo.
I know you said boo. There's pros and cons to each.
I know, yeah. I'm just giving you. I'm fanboying over here.
I want an Oculus as well too. So.
Yeah.
I would
just
like
because
the
I want
Vive,
Climb.
but it's way more expensive. So I'm just gonna go over the Oculus. It's a bit cheaper. Plus, it has the same kind of So
yeah.
I want to tell people to wait to buy a VR headset because the next gen is going to be coming out.
The second gen, the second gen of the Vive is coming.
Yeah,
that's true. Vive is coming out. I wonder if they're going to lower the price of the original when the Vive Pro comes out.
They've already lowered it, and I think it's staying at 600 right now.
Is it 500?
Is it 500
I think
now?
It's 500.
Okay.
If it's 500, I might go for the Vive.
I want to say it's. Let me actually look that up real quick.
Yeah.
Because I want to say it was down at 500.
It's very possible. They've kind of put some leaps and bounds into their setup now for Vive and then the Steam Home or Vive Home stuff. Mm-hmm. You can actually have they have a little room where you can run around and select games in now instead of it just being a pop up on your screen saying here's all the stuff. So
it is 600.
It is 600 right now.
It is.
Okay.
It is 600.
Yeah, the new Vive is probably going to be like 1,000.
I'm gonna buy one.
The new one?
Yeah.
But there's not a whole lot of improvement behind it, though. I mean, the biggest thing that it comes with that is a draw is the fact that there is a wireless device that's now attached to the headset for wireless HDMI, and the latency between it is like very, very minimum, where you actually don't have issues. So you're getting rid of the wire.
Better resolution.
There
monitors?
is better screens. There are better screens in the actual unit as well, but there is still a minimal screen door effect that you're going to see. Even it's just little less noticeable.
We'll see, like, I think they're going to 4K monitors, aren't they, on each side?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be so much better, though. I need it.
True.
Because I also need a better depth of field. Because I used to think it was great, but now I'm like looking at it and I'm like, there's a lot of screen space being wasted here.
You also need better control over your money.
Well, I'm going to sell my Vive and then buy the new one.
Well, at least that's something.
Or I'll do like I always do, buy the new one, say I'll sell that one, and then never do.
You'll never sell that one.
Oh. So the games I played on the Vive.
I sidetracked you by saying that I should have participated.
Yeah.
I really should have.
But we played a game called Pavlov, which is a shooter. I think I want to say Call of Duty, but not Call of Duty. It's more Counter-Strike. Just team deathmatch though. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I mean, if you can deal with the motion sickness, just the motion moving around because you move with your controller. But I have heartburn because I ate hot wings for breakfast.
Free beer and hot wings in the morning.
Oh God.
Sorry. Continue.
But it's basically a shooter. A friend of mine invited me to play against him, and I beat his ass. I don't know if he watches this. I know his friend does, but I beat his ass. we did where he was on one team, I was on the other. We had bots on each side, and I won handily. And then we did 1v1, and I beat him not really bad, but pretty good. And then I think he beat me the third match. I think he did eventually beat me. But it was a good time. I love shooting games. I love shooting games on the in VR, and it's one of those where you have to pull the magazine out, you grab it out and put it in, and then you have to rack the slide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there's an LMG in there, and it's in like the waiting room, and I'm sitting there and I put the mag in it, rack the slide, and I'm like click click click. I was like, how the hell does this even work? You have to open the top, pull the string of bullets out, put them into the thing, close it, then rack the slide. I was like, holy shit, this is too much. Who has time for all this? But I got really good just reloading because I wasn't dying as much. So I would shoot, pow. It's a good time. It's so much fun. And then the grenades, you pull a grenade out and then you grab the pin, pull the pin, throw it. It's a good time. Also, we played Killing Floor Incursion. This is a zombie game.
Yeah.
Spooks. No, it's a zombie game. Zombies are scary. But that was
My
weird.
bad. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Continue.
And it's kind of the same, except it reloads for you. You get knives you can throw. They're like little combat knives. You throw them at zombies. You can just hit them with the knives. You can dual wield pistols. We found shotgun and fire axe, and we didn't really get that far into it. And then we played a Rec Room, which is pretty much a requisite for anyone that has VR. So it's a free game, and there's tons of cool stuff to do in there. And I was trying to think of something else that we did besides Bridge Crew. I don't think we did anything, but Bridge Crew, super fun. Even if you don't like Star Trek and you see it and you're like, that looks dumb, you're just sitting around just fiddling with shit. So good. So good. Because the game's been out long enough, I'll spoil the first mission, but you do the Kobayashi Maru, which is the impossible scenario.
Yeah.
And there's a way to beat it.
There is?
There's a way to beat it, and it's not easy. So you go in, and, Captain Kirk is the only person that's ever beat that scenario. For anyone who doesn't know, the scenario is there's a ship that ran into a mine in Klingon territory, and there's a truce or a treaty between the Klingons and the Federation where Federation ships can't go over there. So you either leave them there to die, or you break the treaty and go get them and save them. But I think if you can get all of them off the ship, there's 357 or 300. There's 300 something. If you can get them all off and then get back, then you win. You can only do it 6 at a time, and it takes about a minute. Well, I'd say probably about 45 seconds to teleport that many people. Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
So you go in and you gotta navigate this minefield. So pretty much you keep your shields down because you can't have shields up while you're teleporting people. You go in, so you'll have your engineer, which is what I was playing, monitoring repairs. So you're constantly moving repair crews to each section, having them fix stuff. You have your pilot trying to keep you within 10 kilometers of the Kobayashi, and then your tactical guys basically just trying to target everything down.
Yeah.
And kill them. And it's hard. We got 114 off the ship before it got blew up.
Damn.
And then we escaped with 11% hull integrity.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was tight. It was a good time though. Do the math.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. That is, so that's 60, if you're doing 6 at a time, that's 60, more or less 60 instances of transportation that you've got to initiate. At 45 seconds per transport, that is 87 minutes.
Okay, then it's probably not that long. Probably half that. It's
40 minutes in. 40 minutes of transport time.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, by that itself. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's and you have so much going on. Like at first, the tactical guy was trying to do the teleporting and stuff. I was like, just let me do teleporting. You focus on shooting, because I pretty much I have like one hand delegating repairs with the other hand doing. I'm just over here tap 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 teleport teleport teleport. It's fun. It's so much fun. It's a good game. If anyone has VR and you have other friends, or you can actually play with other people, you can play with AI. Ubisoft got with IBM and to use voice recognition. So the voice recognition is really good unless you have people playing with you, and then an AI, because the AI struggles. But if you're just by yourself, you can just be like, helm, full power to wherever the fuck we're going. And they're like, yes, Captain. Oof, they're gone. But if you got humans with you, the AI is useless. It was a struggle.
I should have played.
When I get my VR set, I'd like to play that with you.
Yeah,
Try it out.
it's a ton of fun.
Oh, God. Could you imagine us 3 playing that?
Yes. Because it's very much like Pulsar. You know, with Pulsar, you had, everyone doing their own thing. And this one is just, you're not running into different planets. You're just sitting down.
That sounds cool, though.
It is super cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'll look and see if it's on sale again. Maybe I'll pick it up. Because it had been on sale here and there for quite a while.
It's lunar sale.
It's on. Oh, yeah, it was on for the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on sale now, but it might be.
I'll look at Steam and see.
Yeah. But I know there's a lunar sale. Steam's got a sale for any event.
Yeah.
Like fucking Cupcake Weekend sale.
Look, the wind blew. It's a sale. And people will buy.
That they will.
Was it called Star Trek Bridge Crew?
Yeah.
It's $20 right now.
Oh, that's a fucking steal. That's totally worth $20.
$20. It's 60% off right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For the
Yeah.
for
And
the Steam sale.
even if you don't have VR, you can still play it
That's cool.
with people who have VR.
That's cool.
Yeah. I tried. My controller was dying like halfway through a battle. I'm like, Xbox controller, and I started using oh god, controllers, please. It's not intuitive.
No.
Like switching from having full motion to like the hand goes whoop 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 whoop, whoop and I'm like, oh god, no. It wasn't good. But I mean, I'm sure. I bet your mouse and keyboard will probably work.
I don't know. We'll see.
I have no idea.
We'll have to give it a shot. I don't have really a space in the studio for a VR set right now. So
What? Yeah. With Star Trek VR, it'd be perfect. You just slide your chair back so you're not whacking the shit out of your desk.
oh god, my hands!
Yeah, I hit so much stuff. I knocked my monitor off my desk. Like I hit the shit out of my desk because like we were playing paddleball, and I got a strong backhand and it just caught the edge of my desk and whack! I was like, holy shit! I've ruined this controller, but it was fine. And then I backhanded my monitor and it just flew right off my desk.
You need some room.
I
need more room.
Yeah, like I had room, and then I moved my desk to where instead of being against the wall, it was like in the middle of my room now, and it's not great.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a good time though. I love VR.
Well, I just went ahead and picked up Bridge Crew while it was on sale.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
So,
I guess I'll end up
that's-
buying it now.
Yeah,
That's one less thing.
It's a good idea. Like if you see it on sale for $20, you're like, that's a good time to buy that.
Yeah, $20 compared to normal 50.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So everyone out there, go buy Bridge Crew.
Okay, I'm going to do it now.
All right. That's all I've played this week.
All right. What's up, TJ? That's what you've done. That's your week in gaming. Michael,
I guess it's my turn.
what's your week in gaming look like?
I played a little bit of online in Final Fantasy Dissidia. I like setting up little personal matches. Like it was just me and a friend of mine playing against a bunch of AI, and just that is an insane amount of fun to just sit there and play with your buddy and fight whoever, in little matches like that. And plus, you can still earn, gil and treasure and stuff like that just by doing those little online personal matches. So a little bit of Final Fantasy Dissidia NT, a little bit of Subnautica, because that game is amazing, and I suggest you both to stream it. I want to see your reactions to some of the stuff going on. I know you said you're not into like the survival crafting and stuff, but man, there's a huge like single player campaign in that game.
If it's got like survival crafting is fine as long as it's part of a campaign. If there's a really good story,
It is part of a campaign. It's really good.
Okay, awesome. I think I have it.
If you do, then I can watch you play.
Yeah,
We can do VG plays in it,
yeah.
and then we'll do a watch of see all the things and record it and upload it for the channel.
Even if I don't have it, I'm shared with Michael's library, so I have it, sort of.
You have it sort of.
Can we take a short break?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Go grab snacks.
Yeah. And we're back.
Welcome back.
Thank you for
Yay!
staying with us after
Sorry
that
about
short
that.
break. It's no problem. It happens. We are all
Life.
Yeah, life happens. Life finds a way to fuck you over. So, Michael, you were talking about what you've been playing this week.
Yes, Subnautica, which I mentioned you guys should play. It's good. It's a fantastic single player story along with the crafting and survival and stuff like that. In fact, it gives you the option of what kind of survival you want to play. So if you don't want to worry about hunger and thirst, you can just say easy mode, and it's just crafting, and that's it.
That's cool.
So stuff like that. The game is fantastic, and like the last time I was on the podcast, after I mentioned that I played it, I played a little bit more, and then I was like, holy crap, this is really good. So yeah, anybody who has heard of Subnautica, because who hasn't, because it's like blown up since its release.
Yeah.
I suggest it. I highly suggest it. So Dissidia and Subnautica, I didn't intend on playing this game at all.
Was it the Emoji Movie?
Accidentally, no, it's not the emoji movie. I didn't intend on playing this game, but two friends of mine got together and bought this game for me. So I was like, all right, I'll play it with you. They bought me Monster Hunter World.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
So I've been playing that a little bit, and that is a so far fantastic game. I'm enjoying the heck out of that.
Now I've got a couple of questions. I'll let you go
Okay.
ahead and finish talking about it, but I do have a couple of questions and then an earmark onto that. So go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, well, all I have to say is like I love the character creation, and then it also allows you to create like a custom Palico, the cat sidekick you have. And I haven't gotten too far into it. I've only done a couple of missions, but what little I've played, man, it is super cool. Like all the weapon types, like it's so hard to choose a weapon that you want to use because all the weapons are so cool to play with. I guess it's a good thing they let you switch out whenever you want, so you can like mess with any weapon you want at any time. But it's so far like I'm enjoying the heck out of it. What's your question?
Okay. Shit. My mind just went blank. Okay, I'll throw out this question while I try to figure out what exactly I was going to ask again. What weapon did you choose? What have you kind of gone with?
right now, the weapon that I'm using right now is the Iron Gun Lance.
Iron gun.
It's a giant, like he has a giant shield and a giant lance with a revolver barrel on it. That it's like the gunblade,
Cool.
sort of, but it's a lance, and it's a very defensive weapon. You lose a lot of mobility. You can't like run around real fast or dodge roll, but he does. You can do like a ton of damage if you know like the right combos and stuff.
Okay, I remember what I was going to ask. Have you been having issues getting multiplayer games in that setup, or like trying to do the expeditions together and things of that nature?
I haven't had any trouble actually getting into an online match. The expeditions, like from what I learned from the guys, from my friends that I was playing with, they told me that the expeditions are more really like solo-ish type missions. You can call your friends to help you in there. All it requires you to do is to use like an SOS flare or whatever in game, and then they'll join. But then you have to like get rid of the SOS flare because anybody randomly can join too. But from what little I've played, I didn't have any issues.
Okay, because I had heard from a lot of different people that doing online and trying to do online play, there was issues like being able to select people from like, if you're in your guild or they're in your group that you've joined, being able to join somebody else's game has been really difficult, mainly because you can't like just select based off of someone's guild or group, whatever they call it in the game.
Oh.
I think it's guild. You
Weird.
can't like select based off their guild. It's just like a whole list of all the people that's currently kind of looking for assistance in that.
Right. I wouldn't actually know regarding that, because like the only two people I've played with just added me to their friends list, invited me to a party, and then we got into a match together. Easy.
Okay.
Easy if they're in your friends list.
Okay, so maybe that'd be okay.
But yeah, I did an event, what's called an event quest with them, where I had to go fight these two big like iguana dinosaur guys. But after defeating the first one, we went and took on this giant like T-Rex like monster because we were like, let's go fight that, and we did, and it was awesome. Like that game is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
Here's the earmark about that. I didn't realize that game actually came out on the Xbox One as well.
Monster Hunter World is on the Xbox One?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay, so we're not the only ones. See, I had this conversation with TJ
I thought it was only on PS4.
I thought it was a PlayStation 4 exclusive as well. I had this conversation with TJ. I was reading an article for the news, which the news is coming up soon. And it had said, hey, Monster Hunter World for PS4 and Xbox One. And I said, wait a second, Xbox One? So when did it come out for the Xbox One? I thought this was an exclusive. I'll be damned if you could buy it for the Xbox One.
Dang. Wow. Well, I didn't know that either. So Xbox One people who didn't know,
There
you
you
can
go.
get Monster Hunter World.
It's like, really, seriously, it's like that is some next level advertising where just keep it that down low that you can't.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's not cross-platform, by the way, which sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
That does suck. But I mean, still,
Yeah.
for anybody who wants to play it, it's. I suggest it. Like I said, I was originally just gonna wait, but I have those friends that are awesome. So
You got it for the PS4, I'm assuming, right?
I do have it for the PS4. Yes,
Okay. Just curious.
that's what they bought. Yeah, that's what they got it for.
All right.
So, and the last game that I've been playing this week is this beauty right here.
Secret of Mana.
This game is so good. I've heard of people reviewing the game already, saying that it's crap.
Yeah, I've read a couple of the same thing.
I disagree. Did you play the original Secret of Mana? Did you like it?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. I played it for the NES. Yeah. Or no, I'm stuck on NES today. SNES. Yes.
The SNES. It's the same exact game. Same exact battle system. Everything's exactly the same. Updated graphics, voice actors. It's Secret of Mana. Like, I don't know what the deal is, like why people are hating on it. It says upgraded gameplay. The original system has been reworked in an effort to realize a modern action RPG with improved gameplay. It's the same exact game.
I wonder why they're just giving it bad reviews then.
I don't know, because reviewers, you can never please them. If it's too much like the original game, they hate it. If it's too different from the original game, they hate it.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
that's just, you know, you can't win for losing. Anyway, this is the physical version, which you could only get by reserving at GameStop. And
Really?
when you, yeah, it's the only, they're not. From what I heard when I was getting it at GameStop, they told me that they're not printing any more physical versions
Oh, wow.
after this initial sell. And the reason why I reserved it at GameStop is because it came with a couple of like extra costumes in game that you can get, which is like a little tiger suit. You can get like a Moogle suit that you can walk around in. But I've been enjoying the heck out of the game. The game is fantastic. Like it's Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo, just updated, and it's great. I highly suggest it.
Man, if I would have known that, I would have reserved it and then kept it sealed so I could sit there and go collector's item.
Reserve 2 of them.
Yeah, one to play and one to buy,
Yeah.
one to hold.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend that money, so I just got one. But I mean, it's still nice to know that I have the physical version,
Yeah,
and it's really fun. Like, I mean, what else can I say about it other than like, if you've played Secret of Mana and you like the original Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo, you're gonna love this one because it's, like I said, it's exactly the same. The menus are the same, the battle system is the same, even like all the cutscenes, everything that happens is exactly the same,
That's cool.
I'll be damned.
just with upgraded graphics and voice actors. There is one thing they did add that I don't remember from the original Secret of Mana. Whenever you pass by a certain story element, like in the beginning of the game, you're supposed to go to the water palace and talk to this girl named Luca. And after you're done talking to her, if you go to a town and sleep at the inn, your characters will be sitting around a table and they'll have a conversation with each other. And it's all voiced. And I'm not talking, like when I say everything's voiced, I'm not talking about just the cutscenes or just the main characters. Every single villager is voiced.
Oh, wow.
Everybody, everything has a voice. And I was like, damn, they went above and beyond for like all the voice acting. And the voice acting's good. It's not like World of Final Fantasy like you were explaining. I actually enjoy the voice acting.
The over-the-top nature of what?
No, this one's actually done really well. I like this game a lot. So, Secret of Mana, go get it.
Cool. All right, well, that's going to be our week in gaming right now. And now we're going to move on to news. And this week in news, let's see. I'll go ahead and just roll it since I've got things up. One thing that's super interesting to me that I saw is Capcom says bringing Monster Hunter World to the Nintendo Switch would be difficult. So it looks like, folks who are fans of the Monster Hunter series, you will not be getting a port to the Switch.
They could just port for you. I'll be happy with that.
I don't know.
I just want some Monster Hunter, man.
That's true.
I want to take Monster Hunting on the road.
Just grab the 3DS.
Yeah, there you go.
So tiny though.
Yeah. I'm kind of not surprised. At some point, there's not everything's going to be able to make it to the Switch.
Horse apples.
Horse apples?
Listen, I'm trying to cut down on my swearing.
Okay. Yeah, not everything's going to make it, though. This says that Capcom's president, Haruhiro Sugimoto, was asked about bringing Monster Hunter World to the Switch. This is care of Kotaku. He goes, "We're aware of the request," adding that Capcom has already ported the 3DS game Monster Hunter XX to the Switch. However, it's double cross. My apologies. I forgot. I see XX and I read it as XX and then I stop and I'm like, wait, it's double cross is what the game is. However, taking account into various conditions, bringing Monster Hunter World now for release is difficult. The reason is that the Switch has different functions from other stationary consoles as well as different players. So, probably not going to see that.
It's bullshit. Because Monster Hunter has been with Nintendo for a long time. So all those people that still had the 3DS, they played 3U and they played 4U. They used to have a Switch. They want to play it. But I understand the limited capability of the Switch can't probably handle Monster Hunter.
Here's what I'm going to say to this. They probably see how well Monster Hunter World has sold for the PS4 and the Xbox. Odds are maybe the next installment will attain all across all platforms.
What is Double Cross?
It was a Monster Hunter that was released in Japan, and it's apparently a hell of a lot harder than most of the other Monster Hunters. It's not one of those that you kind of onboard into.
Yeah. It's
for super seasoned, experienced Monster Hunter players.
I see how it is. They don't trust us filthy foreigners.
Yes.
That's like, you can't handle, you don't want.
You don't know how.
I don't know what accent that was supposed to be.
German.
A little Eastern European.
All right. Moving on. I was going to use this yesterday, but it's kind of redundant now. Another Sea of Thieves beta was released.
Yep.
And it's over now. They ended it. They ended it at 2 a.m. today.
Yeah.
Which is annoying as hell,
Yeah.
but nonetheless.
I'm sure they had a reason. They didn't want to work.
They didn't want to work
weekend.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
They're going into their death march right now for the last 30 days, so it's probably going to be all hands on deck for like 24/7 just to make sure the game goes gold properly. So
Yeah.
it's still on target to launch for the 20th. They are it is cross-platform between PC and Xbox One.
Very
so
cool.
it is still everything that you've wanted in Sea of Thieves, other than the fact that it's a Windows 10 exclusive. So those who do not have Windows 10, sad face.
There's no excuse. It was free for like a year.
He has Windows 10. I don't know what you're talking about.
Install Windows 10. Everything ports over. It's fine.
Once you get there and you have Windows 10 and you're ready to go, we will all be pirates and we will sell the seas as pirates. But
Pirate Windows 10. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do have a physical, like, working copy.
Arr, I be cracking your software.
I'm gonna be a pirate before I get Windows 10.
Arr. It's coming. It's in its last 30 days. I can't wait. Like I said, I dumped the pre-order for Final Fantasy Dissidia for Sea of Thieves, and then I turned around not too terribly long ago and bought Dissidia, which I have finally cracked the case on.
Oh yeah.
I cracked the seal on it and opened it up. I have not installed the game yet.
It's like crack. Awesome. Click.
Pretty much. I did that, and then I said, well, maybe I should play Final Fantasy World instead. And I grabbed Final Fantasy World and stuck it in.
He did it just to smell that new video game smell.
It's a little lie right there, man.
And he's done.
That's
He put it up.
Sometimes that's stinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the smell of new.
It is the smell of
Actually,
new.
I broke the case because somebody on Twitter asked me if I was using the code in there for the Android Final Fantasy game. And I hadn't broke the seal yet, so I wanted to go take a look and see what it was in the game to see if it was something that I was interested in playing for Android.
Yeah.
So I went to take a look and see exactly what it was. So I may actually install the Android version of, what was it? Operatic. I can't remember. I went blank.
I have no idea.
It's a free game that it's not a free game. It costs on Android store, but it's you get a free code. So I think I actually may try and play that on my phone.
Very cool.
I don't really play a lot of phone games anymore.
I don't either, except for this week.
Except for this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Sea of Thieves PC specs, moving on to the next article, has been released, and you can be known now. Minimum requirements. Let's see. Microsoft and developer Rare have shared a wide range of possible specs for running Sea of Thieves. What it describes as minimum requirements involve the game at 720p at 30 frames a second. Doing so requires an Intel Q9450 or an AMD Phenom 2 X6 and 4 gigs of RAM. Let's see. It also divides up suggested video cards into GPU and modern GPU categories. Former calls 1 gigabyte GTX 650 or a Radeon 7750 while modern cards start with the 1030.
Pretty low spec.
It is, which is actually really, really nice that they are not just hammering away at you, making sure you have top end.
Yeah.
Let me open this image here. So that is more or less on the low end for 540p, 30 frames a second. If you want to play 1080, 30 frames a second, you need, at minimum, an Intel i3 4170 at 3.7 gigahertz with an AMD or an AMD FX 6300, 8 gigs of RAM, DirectX 11, 2 gigabytes RAM on your video card, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660 or the Radeon R9 270. That's for 1080p 30 frames a second.
That's crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
seriously, when's the last time you've seen a game with this such low specs for 1080p 30?
It might have been a tactical decision because nobody can buy new video cards right now. Like, let's just scale this down, optimize the shit out of this game before we send it out.
Let's see. If you want
Good on rare.
If you want 1080p 60, you should be using a 1060, a GTX 1060 or a GTX 770 with 4 gigabytes RAM on your video card and have an i5 processor. And from there it scales up, 4K, 60 frames a second. If you've got a 1080 Ti, you're okay. So I could technically play, I've got a 1080, but I don't have a 1080 Ti. I could play at 4K 30 frames a second if I had a 4K monitor, which who the hell has a 4K monitor right now? But that is the PC specs right now for Sea of Thieves. They are opening the door for a lot of people to play this game.
Yeah.
So, which, I mean, technically I could kind of see it just by playing the game itself. It's not really super detailed, high rendered. This is more toward, I want to say cartoonish, but not really cartoonish.
Yeah.
But, well, you know what I mean. The way water physics are probably what require all the DirectX 11.
Right. All these shaders.
Lastly for me this week, Metroid Prime 4 for the Nintendo Switch. It's being developed. Here's the interesting thing. It's being developed by Bandai Namco.
I know we talked about this last week.
We did?
Yeah, it's one of the things I talked about.
Really?
I think so.
I don't...
Pretty sure I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it.
By Bandai Namco?
Mm-hmm. It's Bandai Namco Singapore.
I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember either. So
I was gonna say I don't remember us talking about that. It was.
I'm like, I have it articled. I'm fairly yeah.
Okay,
Listen, I mean, go ahead. I mean, if you have no information, give it to him.
There is no new information. It was just the announcement that it was Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Which is odd for Nintendo, but nonetheless.
No. They've done a bunch of stuff. They did balls. I'm gonna have my notebook.
Yeah.
They did hold on a minute, because I still have the article. Because they did a bunch of games. Oh, they did a Pokken tournament. They've done Super Smash for the Wii U and the 3DS. And
Bandai Namco did Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Hang on a tick.
I didn't think that was Bandai Namco.
It was. One second. Professional over here.
Okay, it was. I'll be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not as interesting as I thought it was then.
Yeah.
Sad. I didn't realize that Bandai Namco had done this so many. Nintendo has so many games or so many developers for in-house for their stuff. To me, it just was odd. So
yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm done. I'm just gonna go stop right there and be like, I'm done.
Sorry, I could have said nothing, but I was like, no, damn it, that's my story. I think.
I seriously don't remember. You talking about that.
It's probably because it was so boring and just like, oh god, this guy. You should shut the hell up.
Everybody who watched the video is like, oh, TJ's news article clips.
Yeah, we'll just skip that. This guy, he's so amateurish. So. All right, so that's it. Y'all can fight over who goes next.
I'll go next.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go next.
Mine's real quick.
Mine will be too.
Supposedly Spyro the Dragon is getting a remaster later this year for the PS4.
Yeah.
All
And I
Spyro.
love Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro fans rejoice across the world right now.
I'm happy for that. By logging into GTA Online between now and February 26th, you'll qualify for $250,000 of in-game cash. Unless you're TJ, which anytime you log in, you'll just get $400,000, $500,000 no matter what.
What?
Every once in a while I log in and it gives me like somewhere between $250,000 and $500,000.
What?
I don't know.
Every time TJ logs into
Not
GTA
every
Online,
time,
it gives
just
him
often.
money. Every time he logs in, he gets money, and I don't know how.
Now, okay,
But
so
for those of us less fortunate, if we log in now, we'll get $250,000 of in-game cash.
okay, one, I'm gonna log in so I can at least help out my poor guy who's fucking
Yeah.
having to start over on the
PC,
online
yeah.
server. I need that 250,000.
But don't expect to receive it until sometime between the 27th and March 6th.
That's fine. I just need to log in so I can make sure I secure my money.
There's also a rebate.
Yeah.
They'll give you $1 million
Yeah, if you spend the whole money.
if you spend $10 million.
If you spend $10 million, you can get $1 million back. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
it's a free million if you.
I don't know what's wrong with TJ's game. I don't know if he's hacking or if he's just like an undercover, Rockstar developer or something. But
I played
he-
test.
he gets money every single time I play with him. He's like, "Oh, I got $400,000. Huh? I'll just put that into this new vehicle that came out."
So here's what you don't know. TJ has somehow managed to tie his credit card in with the shark card purchases. So every time he logs in, it just automatically deducts from his bank account.
Got-
$1
got-
million.
Like I said, no control. No control.
Listen, I have a problem.
But seriously, I don't know how he gets the money. He
That's
says
so
he doesn't have
weird.
I don't
Doesn't
know. I don't
have
know
any-
why.
I don't know why. He says he logs in. It says, "I just got this amount of money." Every time I log in, it's like, "Oh, hey, guess what? You have good behavior. Here's $2,000."
What was it? You logged in. It was like here's 25,000. Like occasionally, it just like Rockstar just give people money like every once in a while.
It never does that to me.
Really?
Never.
Never.
It never gives me. It never makes me log in and say, "Welcome back. Here's $400,000, TJ."
So it's probably you've encountered a hacker that has somehow managed to tweak your account settings.
Maybe, but I mean, it doesn't happen that often to where I have like
That's
tons
what
of money. But it happens
Oh,
frequently.
bullshit. That's what I'm going with. Anyway, so Valentine's Day is already past and gone.
Yes.
But they released a new vehicle called the Vapid Hustler.
I have
back
that
then.
car.
So
You have all the cars.
It is not a vehicle I'm super interested in, but for those who are,
Don't
there
buy
you
it.
go.
Don't buy it. It's a stupid car. It sucks.
Go waste $40 on it in GTA Online, right?
Well, I have
just
the money,
just
so-
wait, just waste the in-game money that Rockstar so kindly gives to you if you're TJ.
It's
Yeah.
600. No, because it was 600 grand. And then it's fast, but it drives like a muscle car. It's just all over the fucking place.
Pardon me, $15, not
Yeah.
40.
Anyway, the last bit of news I have is they are also bringing the Devil May Cry HD collection to the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 13th.
Nice.
Interesting.
If the HD collection it includes Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, the remastered HD versions, and I have it for PS3. But I was just talking. I think
It
don't
was
know
a
if
few
I mentioned it in one
podcasts
of the
ago. Yeah.
podcasts ago. I was saying I would like them to make some of these HD collections for PS4 or
Yeah.
Wish
the newer
granted.
things. So Devil May Cry HD collection is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 13th. Right now, if you are an Amazon/Twitch Prime member, you can get the PC version of Devil May Cry 1 for free
Oh,
until February 27th.
well, I can do that then.
Very
Yay.
cool.
On February 27th, you can get it for free.
I can still do
Not
that.
until. So yeah, Amazon Twitch Prime members, go check out the Devil May Cry 1 for PC. You'll get it for free, and Devil May Cry HD collection GTA Online stuff, and Spyro the Dragon.
Hope they give me a
So-
Steam code.
That is
Or no, it goes,
That-
no. Twitch Prime goes through the Twitch launcher.
they have like a Twitch.
Oh no!
Yeah.
They have like a Twitch app. Yeah,
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm a Twitch Prime member, and I've been collecting all these games that they've been offering for free.
I did the
But I
same.
don't have the thing. I just have them all. Anyway, that's all the news that I have.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's it.
one last thing that I just remembered. If you are a Bayonetta fan, Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the Switch.
Yeah.
So
Oh yes.
I just remembered that.
I know. I also heard that a lot of people were like, "Oh, Devil May Cry 1 even for free, or whatever," because it's not like the newest Devil May Cries. But I disagree. Come on, Devil May Cry 1 was awesome. It was the best one.
Yeah.
Well,
Personal opinion.
And 2, free game is a free game. Don't
And a free
bitch
game.
about a free
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Good
Don't-
lord.
yeah.
Oh, why aren't you giving me the newest one? Jesus.
God. Can't get free games.
I know, right? Anyway, yeah, Devil May Cry 1, awesome HD collection. Heck yeah, especially even for PC. That's awesome for PC. So, be excited for that. Oh,
All right.
hello.
Okay, so that's Michael's news for the week. TJ,
Michael talked about my news.
he talked about your news.
I don't have any news.
GTA.
I
news.
did. I'm
You're
sorry.
fine. This is my news.
This is TJ's news. It is this analog
the analog Super NT.
Super NT.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have bought one when it came out. Damn it.
So if you bought a transparent one like I did, thinking it'd be cool and a throwback to the N64, which let me show you a second. Oof. Clumsily.
Ooh, oh, there goes.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
So I'm a big fan of anything transparent,
Yes.
and 64 wise, which we bought a new controller for 64, and it's transparent,
Yep.
and I love it. It's more transparent than the NT, which I'll show you. Looks ugly. I'm sorry if you also bought one. It looks like so.
It is translucent.
Translucent. This is not transparent.
It's not that bad.
It's okay. It's not bad, no. But when I saw pictures of it, they looked like crystal clear. You could see all the guts and everything looked cool, and I was like, "That looks
bad
awesome."
advertisement. Bad advertisement.
Or very misleading. But then,
Misleading advertisement. How about that?
then I saw pictures of the real one. And I was like, "Oh God, no, I've made an error."
But you don't want to cancel your pre-order because
It
you'll
was
never get
it,
one.
It had already shipped by the time I saw those
Oh,
pictures.
okay.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn."
I'm
but,
so jealous.
Yeah,
I-
but I had one, and
Michael has turned into a dog,
neat trick.
and now he's back to Michael.
But I mean, we've talked about these a couple times. Full HD, 1080p, charges with the little bitty mini USB, micro USB. Super great.
The one that I should have bought it when it was available. I
Yeah.
wanted the classic version because, okay, the debate that has always raged on for which color of Nintendo 64 or Nintendo 64 of Super Nintendo was better, the Famicom version or the American version.
Yeah.
Even after seeing the Famicom version, I like the US version of the Super Nintendo better than the Famicom.
Which is gray and purple if anyone's confused.
Right. US version's gray and purple. The buttons are purple and lavender
Yeah.
on the controller, and the Famicom has the yellow, the red, the green, and the blue buttons, and it's just fucking gray.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, the Famicom version's so much better." No.
I wouldn't say that either is better than the other. I just said they all have their unique charms.
No, I'm gonna say that the US version's better.
Okay, so you're gonna be that guy.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Goddamn.
I am that
Why
guy.
can't we all get along?
Fuck it all. I don't care. I mean, they had a completely different shell for
I think-
the US version versus the European version.
I think we can all agree on is it looks better than this.
True. But I wanted the classic color setup.
Yeah.
I mean, they also have the Famicom color. I could buy the black version right now if I wanted to.
Yeah. Which doesn't look bad. It's just solid black.
It's solid black. So,
Yeah. It's like, what's that dark thing on your shelf? That's Super Nintendo.
I want to buy the analog NT, the $450
$450.
for the NES version.
Yeah.
But Analog won't answer me if they're ever going to sell anymore. Why you no answer? I want to know.
They're making black market ones and so.
We got a really popular podcaster right here.
Yeah.
And you won't.
No, we have dozens of
contact
fans.
him.
Dozens.
Almost double digits, guys.
What? We have double digits.
Yeah.
Jesus. We are in the doubles easily.
Oh, I was really hoping that they would actually kind of tweet back and say if they were going to manufacture more of those, because I do want to order one.
Yeah.
I like the goodiness of it, and every time I look on eBay, there's one, and they're trying to sell it for $1,200.
Oof.
I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I am not going to spend $1,200 on that. I will spend
Scalpers.
Yeah.
I hate scalpers.
I'll spend the $450. That's what. So I may end up buying a black one for the Super NT.
Yeah.
If I can convince my wife to let me do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Nonetheless,
I don't have any more news.
okay.
Well,
Well,
what are you gonna say?
no, I'm done.
You're-
I've been elaborating on that analog.
You're gonna. I mean, we can keep. You're pointing. I'm ready to keep.
No, I said nonetheless, and I
Oh.
just moved my hand across.
Okay.
I talk with my hands, so I talked with my hand.
Okay.
I said nonetheless.
Gotcha. I didn't know if you're gonna. Nonetheless.
Nonetheless,
further in
here's
the
a controller.
conversation.
Nonetheless, here's a blue controller.
Speaking of, now that you mentioned controllers, it does not come with any controllers. So
Yes,
if you want to buy controllers for it, or if you want controllers for it, you have to go to Amazon and get the 8-bit DO Bluetooth controllers.
You can buy them through Analog's website as well.
Yeah, it just puts you. It takes you. It just takes you to Amazon, anyways.
It's $40 for a controller.
Yeah.
Just go to like an old game store and buy a SNES controller for like $2.
The originals will be better. Clean them up. You know, get them to working right. They're slightly better. I mean, you don't have wireless, but they're better controllers.
Wireless isn't always better.
That's true.
So, we're gonna have to play that today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It also comes with 2 games: Super Turrican and Super Turrican 2 Director's Cut. Or no, Super Turrican Director's Cut and Super Turrican 2.
By the way,
Yep.
for those of you watching, Wave Race is out
Oh, yeah,
as of
that's right,
yesterday.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I didn't do. I should have talked about that at the beginning of the podcast,
Did
and I
not.
forgot.
Wave Race 8-bit challenge Wave Race 64 is out as of yesterday of Daniel and TJ duking it out in yeah,
Sorry,
duking it out.
it just came up on the rotating slate right now. Perfect.
Okay.
I mean, ungodly timing. It's right there on the slate for the rotating.
Awesome.
But of them racing head to head in Wave Race 64, I'm not going to spoil it. It's good. Go watch it. And I wanted to mention that next time you guys do Wave Race 64, I want in on it because you know how big of a fan I was of that
So,
game.
well, exactly. That's why I said during the game, I said, "You want to talk about a guy who played Wave Race? Like, here's Michael. He's the son of a bitch. He whoop ass in Wave Race.
Loved that game
God,
so
Wave Race
much.
was so good.
That was such a good game. I enjoyed the heck out of watching that. As soon as I saw Wave Race pop up, I was like, "That's the 8-bit challenge I was waiting for." So
We would
ooh, good game.
we wouldn't have had the Wave Race challenge if TJ had not saw at when we went to Game Exchange.
Just one copy, just way down here at
Yeah.
the bottom of the shelf. And I was
Oh,
like, oh
dang.
shit, click.
Yeah, click.
Click. I don't fucking know.
So you're like,
Oh shit!
you're at,
Click, click.
James, double click, buy, purchase now, enter card information.
Listen, I have an issue. Like, you ever reading a book and you want, like, your brain's like, hit Control F, and I'm like, this is a book, brain. You can't do that.
You're like a fucking point and click adventure game. Click, 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 click.
But yeah, I look forward to hopefully being able to play that with you guys. And if I come visit, I'm bringing all of my Nintendo 64 games down.
We'll just
so we
sit
can
here
get
for like a whole
huge,
day.
a
and
huge
just
buttload of
record.
games done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
block off an entire day here. We're having 8-bit challenges all day long.
I have a ton of them. Stuff that like probably would not be. Well, I don't know. Some games that are just awful. that you like. Where did Rat Attack come from? I was like, TJ,
Yeah.
where the hell?
I found,
what?
I found it. I was like, that looks neat. I'm
So-
like, get that. Click.
God,
Games
that
that
game
you
was
wouldn't
so
even
bad.
think about doing a challenge over. That we could do challenges over.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
Wave.
that'll be fun.
Here's a little inside behind the scenes on this. Wave Race 64 almost didn't work at all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I literally cleaned the cart 4 times and stuck it in, and it would not launch. Shit, look at me. It would not turn on at all. So I took the cart apart completely. Pulled it apart, looked at it, because I thought there may have been a C2025 battery on there. Then it dawned on me that memory packs are in the controller.
Yeah.
So I put it back together, but I didn't put the screws in, and I shoved it into the console. I said, this is the one last try. Turned it on, and it powered on. And I said, I am not taking it out of the console until we finish this video.
As soon as you turned it, you went, oh, this is last try. Boom. And you're like, oh, crap.
I was like, oh, Waybrace. I was so excited,
the music
man.
In that game is so good too. The music,
God, why is that game so good?
It is a good game. I still have my original copy.
Oh, hell yeah. You probably still have your memory card with everything unlocked.
I don't know if I have my memory cards.
Oh.
Because those were like... The Nintendo 64 was so awful with memory cards because you had to plug them into the back of the controller, and they were even brand new buying them. They were loose.
Yeah.
And they would disconnect. It was awful.
Yeah.
But, you guys were talking about... I think you mentioned it in the Wave Race video about memory cards.
Yeah. TJ.
How
you're like, Mom, you didn't get me a memory card with my game. I had that same exact experience when I got the PlayStation. The first game I got with it was Final Fantasy VII, and I didn't have a memory card, so I played through a lot of that game, didn't save, and had to start over.
That's why you had the article in EGM. You try beating Final Fantasy VII without a memory card. It's like, sure, I'll just leave the PlayStation on the entire time.
I did that.
Never turn it off.
Yeah. I don't remember what game. What was it? Legend of Dragoon, I think, is one I played.
Yeah.
I didn't have a memory card for a long time.
Because, like you said, memory cards were like $40-$50. It's like the price of a game to be able to save your game.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a
No,
tangent
this
there.
is good.
Wave Race 64. Go check it out. Awesome 8-bit challenge.
I wonder. Okay, is there an N64 emulator that supports online play?
Yeah.
Which one?
Maybe.
Well, isn't there one that?
Yeah. You know what? Project 64 does that.
Project 64.
The reason why I know is because I played the ROM hack Super Mario 64 online with a friend of mine, and I was running around as Yoshi and he was running around as Mario, and it was really fun to play. Like, you each get your own individual stars, but actually, whenever someone as long as you're in game at the same time, if they collect a star, you get it. So it's pretty fun little ROM hack. But Project 64 is that play.
Maybe we can try and do some Wave Race play, because
maybe.
We'll
the online with emulators is wonky at best.
Yeah.
Any emulator online is wonky. The only game that I've been able to play semi-smoothly with TJ was Vigilante 8 on the PlayStation. We were surprised that it was running. We were surprised.
Yeah.
But
oh, believe me,
that's another game that we need to play.
There's no lie about that. That is such a...
But you know what? I want to save Twisted Metal 2. Like, if we do those, I want to save those for whenever FaZe is able to join in. Because I want him to be part of that.
Yeah.
But
good memories.
Anyway, I guess that's it for that. So
all right. By the way, next week, 8-bit challenge. If you thought Wave Race was good, next week's, it's gonna be good too.
What is even next week? I forget. Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
For y'all at home, y'all don't get to see, but for Michael, hold on one second. This is next week's.
Oh shit! I want part of that too. I gotta be part of that one too. That is such a good game too.
Yeah.
All right,
that is gonna be next week. That is gonna be next week, and I can't spoil it. I can't spoil anything about it. Watch it. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You will be surprised. So, all right, that's gonna do it for the news this week. Now we're gonna move on to my favorite segment. email. Everybody has like this weird face when I just did
We're
that.
just waiting. Just letting it play out.
Now I'm sad.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not no, it's not
No,
that kind
that
of
was-
look.
That was perfect. You put a lot of effort into that, unlike last week, because we didn't have any emails.
Last week we didn't have any emails. This week we do have emails. We do have emails this week. So if you want to have your email read on the VGBits BitCast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That is BITCAST at VGBits.com. We will read them. All right, guys. So this week we got an email from Icarus, who flew too high again. Thank you so much for your email. He sends in and says his subject title is email, with the body of the email saying, "Hey guys, sorry for no emails the past few weeks. Been busy. So my question this week is in regards to a comment that was made last week saying content was being locked out for casual gamers." He goes, "I know it had nothing to do with difficulty, but how do you guys feel about games being too hard for casual gamers that can't play the game because of it? I remember this being an issue with Cuphead when Cuphead came out. So guys, what do you think about games that are just way too damn hard for your run-of-the-mill average Joe player?"
Yeah, I had a huge thing that I'd gotten in my head. Like I made the whole argument in my head. I was like, I should write this down. I'm gonna forget all of it, and I forgot all of it. I was like, this is all good shit, and I'm like, damn, I don't remember.
I don't know. There's a difference between an average Joe player and someone who's never touched a controller in their life.
True.
Because the drama that I saw involving Cuphead was from like some writer for, I forget what website it was. I'm not even going to mention it.
We'll say Forbes.
Forbes.
We'll say
Forbes.
The one that I saw, they had a video of their gameplay up of Cuphead, and I was like, how do you suck this bad on the tutorial? It was bad. They couldn't jump. Like, you're supposed to, on the tutorial, there's this spot where you're supposed to jump and then press a button to dash over this, like,
yeah.
wall thing. And they were just sitting here going,
Oh god.
Oh no.
Look how
And
hard
they
this game is, guys.
like, how is it so hard?
I mean, to roll into what Michael was saying about that, I'm gonna preface this conversation because he brought up a good point. We're gonna separate the fact that people who have never held a controller or have played a game before versus a person who is what I consider a casual gamer, somebody who happens to play a video game every now and then, maybe own one system, a couple of games, that type of thing. So I'm going to say let's section out and set aside people who have never played a game or held a console.
Non-gamer.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, technically yes, you can call them a non-gaming person.
Yeah.
That's fine,
And then
because
your
like that,
average Joe.
what I was talking about, like, I guess has more to do with the fact that the guy gave it a really, really bad review on a really popular website, and the video was him not being able to get past the tutorial.
Yeah.
Like, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay,
But that's a whole different issue together. So
right. I want to earmark our conversation about difficulty, and then I want to touch on that right quick. Was it for a video gaming related website, or was it just like
like I said, I forget
news?
exactly
Okay.
which site it was. It was for a major.
Okay, it was for a major
site.
news. Okay, so this guy probably never really played video games then.
That's what I was
Okay,
saying. Yeah,
so
some guy who's probably never touched a game before.
Yeah,
and then he gave it a bad review. It's like,
yeah, you can't really take faith in that. Okay,
but anyway.
back off on that. So all right. So your average Joe gamer, casual man with one system and a couple of games, and difficulty levels screaming. Thoughts?
It's not meant for them.
It's true.
Now here's the thing. With Cuphead, it's very misleading. Like you see it and you're like, oh, this looks really cute and really cool and something that my kids would love and I would love because this is all, 1920s, 30s style art. So they're like, buy it, and they realize, holy shit, this game is fucking hard.
Yeah.
So let's get on Facebook and talk shit, and let's post on Forbes that I'm a shitty gamer, and this is how hard this game is that I spent $40 on, or however much it was. 20. Which, I mean, that's a steal because it's a good game.
It is.
But like Cuphead and Dark Souls, their game isn't so much the story. I mean, there's story to the games, but their game is the difficulty and the challenge and getting, from one fight to the next.
Like Monster Hunter World too.
Yeah. Just like, I mean, Monster Hunter World is less about holy fuck that's hard. It's about the fight though.
Yeah.
And that's not for everybody. And I mean, that's Monster Hunter's main problem with getting into mainstream is it's not for casual gamers. It's a very technical type of game.
Yeah.
Just like Cuphead and Dark Souls.
Yeah. You're looking for people who have the ability to troubleshoot, identify patterns, execute on patterns flawlessly to be able to be a victory, so you get your reward.
Yeah. And that's a lot. That's the big thing about those three games is noticing the pattern, because all of them have tells, and it's executing on those patterns. And a lot of people go into a game, they don't have the game sense to see those patterns, and they get frustrated before they'll ever get to that point.
Yeah. They can never get the carrot at the end of the stick, more or less.
So, I mean, I love them, but I also hate them because I suck at them. But, yeah, I don't think they should change that. They could always make an easy mode. I mean, you can lower your difficulty on this any game to make it easier. But, I mean, the game's not about the story. It's about the challenge.
Yeah. And
they could add that, like you said, that game's not meant for them.
Yeah.
Don't change games because of that reason. That's why you have the option to trade the game back in for a refund or something within 30 days if you buy it from a store or something like that. So, we already I've also heard related to this, I've also heard that people say, we already have like ratings on games, like age rating and what the reason why it's rated that way, like cartoon violence or bad language or whatever.
Yeah.
Do we really need to have like a difficulty rating on the game too?
No.
Like not meant for beginner players to newbie players,
Yeah. We don't
need that.
Yeah.
And I want to piggyback off of that thought process right there.
Okay.
This is the reason why video game reviews exist.
Yeah.
Somebody else. I mean, you don't have to be an early adopter on every single game.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a war on pre-orders not too terribly long ago because they were offering rewards for pre-ordering, and it was incentivizing developers to put out shitty quality products just so they get to pre-order something. But what I want to tag on is, if you're uncertain about a game, there are reputable video game review sites out there.
Go look at Metacritic. Metacritic is like the Rotten Tomatoes of video games.
Go check out Giant Bomb.
Yeah.
They're going to give you probably the most even kill look at a game and saying whether or not, hey, this is how it really looks. So,
and one day you can come look at us. One day.
Or even if like you have Steam, every single game on Steam has a huge list of reviews from players who played the game. So it has ratings there too.
And I'm gonna touch on that real quick because I like the way Steam does the reviews. Like, they'll have like the game's doing great, and then they'll have recent rating where it's like mixed reviews because maybe something changed, and the game's still good, but they did something that pissed everyone off. So I like that about Steam. Sorry.
But yeah, Daniel speaks the truth. That's why reviews are there.
So in all reality, to go back and to circle back onto the question, which
it's like, what was the question?
No, I mean, it's the thoughts for us versus, golly, let me back it up. There's really nothing that's going to be too hard for a casual gamer. A casual gamer is just going to be somebody that's going to have to do their homework on their game.
Yeah.
If you're a casual gamer, you really shouldn't just be buying at the drop of a hat anyway.
Yeah. That's reckless.
Yeah.
If you're going, oh, Dark Souls looks cool, I'll buy that.
Whew.
Oh, shit.
What's this praise the sun mean? I want to be into that. No, I think if you consider yourself a casual gamer, then I would suggest do homework on your purchases.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're not going to recklessly spend money, kind of like how we do when it becomes, when you're just like, oh, look, this thing is early access now. I'm going to throw money at this because why not?
Yeah.
You're not going to wait for somebody to tell you about the game. You're going to jump in and try to figure it out.
Yeah, because usually you can look at, like, it's like, this is, you know, like on Steam, it'll tell you, have little tags, like, this is a survival, this is a shooter, this is a racer, and you're like, okay, I like these types of games. I'm willing, it looks okay, I'm willing to jump into this.
Yeah. Like, this is a perfect example right here. Here's how I'm going to bring it all back around. Reckless gamers like us today, like in the past when we used to buy video games, you would pick up a box off a shelf, you would turn it over, you would read a description, and look at 4 pictures and buy a game based off of that.
Sold.
Exactly.
If you were even lucky enough to get those 4 pictures,
That's
sometimes they just put like some game art on the back with like a description, and you're just trying to like.
Sometimes you got a very, like, it was even it was like half of it was in French. And it's just like a blurb about the company, and it's like, all right, I don't know what the fuck this is gonna be, but all right.
Yeah.
Kind of like sometimes you can pick up and get Super Mario World, or sometimes you're gonna pick up a game and you'll end up getting Krusty Super Funhouse. Nobody ever played that?
I did.
Did you accidentally play it?
No, we bought it.
Okay.
We bought Krusty. It's fucking Lemmings.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which is a fucking awesome game. I love Lemmings.
Not when it comes with the Simpsons related shit.
Poor Lemmings. They got a bad rap from Disney.
They got a bad rap from everybody saying that they're stupid animals running off a cliff.
They're not stupid. Disney killed many Lemmings for their fucking movie. Those monsters, I can't believe you support them. You assholes, go see Black Panther in theaters now.
I mean, so like your casual gamer would be one who would go rent a game from a video game store. Now, all you young people who don't know about this, us old folk, we used to rent video games sometimes too.
5 days.
5-day rentals.
Yeah. It was the jam. I missed that day.
Yeah, like they used to have them all on the shelf, and you're like, and you rush in there for the new release, and you go in there, and they have all the cases, but no games behind them, and you're just like,
yep.
Damn.
Yep.
That's why you had to call ahead and be like, reserve this for me.
Exactly. Or here's a fun little story. Back when the Nintendo 64 first came out, and you got your first Nintendo 64, and we went to rent games for it because we had played the shit out of Mario 64 and
That's the story I think it is.
Yeah, it is. I can't remember the other game that you had. You had Mario 64 and
I had Pilot Wings.
Pilot Wings, yes. We played the shit out of that, and at some point we got tired of it, so we went to Blockbuster to go rent games. And when
Blockbuster. What is this magical place?
What is a Blockbuster? We went to Blockbuster, and all the games that were being made available, I should say, all the games that were made available to rent were all in Japanese.
Oh, shit.
Like every single one of them, because the console was brand new. And this is what surprised me. Is I didn't expect that the Japanese game would work in the US version.
Yeah.
But it damn sure did.
Oh, that's crazy.
It damn sure did. We played through a majority, or was it all of it, of Mystical Ninja starring Goemon.
Yeah, you played
in Japanese.
You played through the majority of it. I watched
that
you
game
a lot of the time.
Was awesome. I love that game still to this day.
The freaking robot on roller skates, man, that just blew my mind when you managed to get to that point. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It was an awesome game. It was weird back then because we weren't like into know much about Japanese culture, or like the shows or the game stuff that what happened. And when we came across this, two American little children looking at this, just kind of like.
And the song that was played during
I
the
know,
robot's construction, I'm like, huh?
I know this isn't. I know this is not at all what he says, but like as kids, you already know what I'm talking about. As kids, we were just like, what is he saying? He's saying something in Japanese. It was like, I forget his name. The guy with the ninja mask
it's
wrapped around his nose.
It's Abisumaru.
Oh yeah, Ibisumaru, that's right. And he would say something whenever you switch to him in the character, but we always made him say Ijimono fo. I don't know why, but like he ran like this.
Yeah, his arms would swing, and then whenever he would crawl, he'd lay on his back and like inchworm all across the ground on his back. Oh my god!
There was a naughty joke in that game that like I was like, what is this? What is going on in this game? Like when I was a kid, but like I was like, oh man, this is bad. Thinking about it now, there's a naughty joke in that game. Like if you let the demo play in that game, it'll show the character. Like if you wait at the title screen, it'll show the character running around doing random stuff. For Ibisumaru, his one of his special items he gets is a camera, and it showed him get on his back an inch up to a girl with her skirt and go with the camera, and I was like, oh my god, that happened in the Nintendo 64 game.
Oh man.
But yeah, I remember the Japanese games working and being like so blown away that like we were playing Japanese ports. You know,
I can't remember what else we rented that time. I know we rented a golf game that was there. That was all Japanese, and that was a disaster because we couldn't read.
What am I hitting with? I don't know.
I don't know what this is, and oddly enough, they had Mario 64 there in Japanese as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but like obviously we had this.
Yeah,
US
we had the US version,
to
but
get it.
It's like most of what Blockbuster had was all Japanese. So
didn't we get the Japanese version of Bomberman 64?
Probably.
Maybe. I remember playing that one too.
I know we just went in there and we were like, we want all of this.
Yeah.
We got to play all of this. Michael just got the Nintendo 64. We need to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well.
Good times.
Good memories.
It's hilarious. All right. So, guys, I guess that's going to do it for this week on the podcast. Thank you for once again joining me, as always.
My pleasure.
Look forward to next week, but this has been the VGBits BitCast, episode 21. We will see you next time on the podcast, everybody. Goodbye. We're out. Oh. I'll leave that in. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
I have the God theme stuck in my head for some reason. Like as soon as I was putting this box together, I was like, dun 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 dun.
Because I said Street Fighter 2 earlier.
Oh fuck, you might have, yeah.
I did say it.
I mean, I know you did, but that might be why.
Street Fighter 2, best Street Fighter.
I hate all of them.
Really?
I suck at Street Fighter.
Man, Street Fighter 2 was so good.
It's good for a fighting game, but I'm so bad at it that I just hate it.
I could never do the Shoryukens.
Yeah.
It's
It's such a technical fighter. Because like your button presses have to be, you know, well timed. Or you can't just like in Tekken where you can play a really fast character and you can just nickel and dime someone down. It looks like you're doing combos. Street Fighter's like, no. You better time your punches.
Need to buy Street Fighter 2. We play Street Fighter 2 on the Super NT.
Yeah. I want to open this right now.
You gonna do an unboxing on video?
I don't think so. Yeah.
You should. I'm gonna make a suggestion. Get your a little knife and cut a couple of slits already to make it
Instead of sitting there going,
make you some holes to be able to break it open.
Yeah.
Preparation.
Yeah, really.
Good God. Speaking of preparation, I am so tired of watching tutorials that nobody prepared for. They just fucking ramble the whole time. I'm like, I don't even know if you got to the point because I quit listening.
I agree. Whenever I go to a tutorial video or something on YouTube, I don't want to have to watch this, like, the first 10 minutes of a YouTube video of them going, hey guys, this video is for people who don't know how to use Blender. And okay, so hold on, I didn't actually prepared for this. Hold on. Okay, you just open Blender. Oh, you got to download it first. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me get the website. And I'm like,
And see, that's okay because you're still edging toward the point. But a lot of time they go, I started using Blender back when I was making things for it. And I'm like, I don't give a goddamn.
I don't give a damn. Just get into the tutorial, man. Back in the day, I used Blender for this and this. Whenever I went to school for 3D modeling, and that was back whenever I was a kid. I was real young, learning these programs, and oh my god,
I just need to know how to make a freaking cube rotate.
Oh, that is so true. God,
I hear you though. I hear you.
Man, it's so true, especially like for Vegas and shit too.
Yeah.
You hear it have some sort of high pitch.
Here we go. I'm gonna show you how to.
And what's it's always. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, not only that high-pitched voice, but also you got to have a really shitty microphone. or maybe there's no voice at all. Maybe there's no voice at all, and
That's
it's just
all
a text box
God.
that comes up, and it's typing in slowly. Oh, delete. Type, typo. Delete, type.
Oh my god.
Or a 5-minute introduction on a 6-minute video.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look here, it's Orange Peridot Studios video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This big intro going, and their YouTube name pops up. Orange Peridot Studios. Where the going gets tough. And then it slowly fades out while the music finishes. And then it fades back in, and it shows them open a program and click a couple of things, and it goes, "Thanks for watching."
I legitimately watched one video, and it had a 1.5-minute intro.
Shit.
And like the comments were like, "Who the fuck do you think you are with a 1.5-minute intro?"
Oh god, that is so true.
I made a tutorial video once, and in my intro, I said, "This is for those who don't know how to use this program." Because I looked for a bunch of tutorials, and there's tutorials spread about, but I'm compiling them all into one video. So let's begin.
Yeah,
I started.
I was telling Daniel I was going to do the same thing, but instead of me doing it, I was going to take their tutorials, cut out all the irrelevant shit, and then just render in, just be like, "Hi, welcome to edit. This is how you do thing. Edit. This is how it's done. Edit. Thanks for watching."
We had a pretty good conversation with Chuck about that one.
That's stealing.
Yeah. and it just kind of drove me nuts because there's so many times that we could be just sit there driving down the road and we have a conversation like that and it's not recorded and it just kills me. I die on the inside because I like this conversation really should have just been recorded.
Other people need to know what we said.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
You're sitting there talking to TJ, and then you get done. TJ's like, "Man, I wish you would have recorded that." And Daniel pulls like one of those little tiny hand recorders out of his leg sock, and he's like, "Yeah." And TJ's like,
"Oh hell no, man! If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have like AT 2020s in the truck. Microphones. I'm gonna have a mixer in the back seat.
Some microphones, boom microphones hanging from the roof of the truck.
They're gonna come from the back seat over between the two driver and passenger seats, and they're just gonna point at us. So we'll pick up logo. And if I'm gonna be a rolling fucking podcast, I'm gonna be a rolling podcast. Damn it.
That's awesome.
I've got most of the equipment to be able to do it.
You could. You just buy 2 more microphones and we're good.
That's fair. Yeah, I've got my laptop. I can plug in a goddamn multi-tap in the back of my truck because my truck has 110 power plugs in the back seat for people to plug in their laptop and shit when we're going on long drives and crap. I'll just plug in a multi-tap, plug in fucking recorder and a laptop and go, baby. Install traction, be done.
Be a good time.
Be hilarious.
Even if we don't do video, we can just we can hire an animator just to do cartoons.
It'll be like comedians in cars. Or what is it? Comedians getting coffee in cars or
Yeah,
whatever it is
yeah.
for Jerry Seinfeld. It's
Yeah.
like except suckier edition.
So, gents, are you ready?